Hello, hello. Come on in, guys. I want to give you a few minutes to come in, and then I'm going to make a fabulous announcement that I think is fabulous, but who knows if you would think it is. And I'm just excited about what I'm about to tell you. So last night, Dr. Gabor Mate and myself had a beautiful conversation about trauma and about how addiction is a mask for hidden pain. And instead of asking, what is the addiction, we need to ask, what is the pain? And Oprah's book with Dr. Perry is along the same lines that, whatever happened in our childhood is the reason for us to feel disconnected. And this results in an eternal sense of longing that is at the base of our trauma. If you still wish to buy Dr. Mate and my recording of the talk, we're going to post it. The link is in the bio. It's been posted many times. You can look for it and you can write to them and maybe you can buy the recording. The recording is available. So, hello everyone. Hi, Erica, Debra. Tell me where you're signing in from. And then I will tell you Singapore. I will tell you about my new announcement as people come in. So I'm glad you liked it, Danuka. Danuka was there yesterday. So these conversations are so empowering because you begin to hear the same things said in a different way by different people. And, people often ask me, I have many courses, for example, and people always ask me, well, how is this course different from that course? And as if, we can achieve mastery. And if we've heard it one time, then we've done our work. So we don't need to take another course. And I always tell people that every single course is different simply because the teacher is at a different point in their life. That's the first thing. Second, the student is at a different point in their life. And third, there is no end to the wisdom. Wisdom takes so long to be integrated. You have to first get it intellectually, and then you have to get it emotionally. And it takes many times of re-embedding yourself over and over again to understand the concepts. So wisdom is something that has no destination, that has no end point. It can never be stagnant. Wisdom by nature is always evolving, and it depends how you hear it. It isn't even about the teacher. It's about the student. How does the student take in the wisdom? How does the student integrate the wisdom? The teacher could say the same damn thing, but there could be 50 students and each one will take it differently because wisdom is so profoundly idiosyncratic because it so depends on the receiver. Now, everything depends on the receiver, correct? We go watch a movie with a group of friends and every friend will have a different way of interpreting the movie. Every single person interprets another person in a completely different way. There are no two objective experiences when it comes to relationships or to teachings or to intellectual ability. We know that. But wisdom, even more so. You know why? Because wisdom depends upon the consciousness of the person receiving the wisdom. So 50 people could hear the same thing, but they could literally either have it go over their heads or have it just skim the surface or have it profoundly change their lives. Somebody could profoundly change their life through a moment of wisdom. Wisdom has that power, but it could also fall to dead ears. So I have a huge announcement to make about my book. It's been out in the world for only 2 weeks, and it feels like it's already a teenager and it's already having an attitude because it's pissing people off. And people read the first part of the book and they typically do okay. But now I've had 3 reviews, not a lot, just 3 reviews where they get to part 3 which is about owning our sexuality. And I don't know, I guess we're not allowed to say the word vagina because they begin to shut down. So part 3 is about owning our sexuality. If you're curious, you need to go buy the book. And I've had 3 reviews now that say the first part is so lovely, and then Dr. Shefali loses her shit, right? She becomes leftist propaganda, and she's here to create anarchy in the world. Something like that. No, really. When you come to part 3, you tell me, okay? You tell me if you're not flinching a little bit. So part 3, according to me, is so simple. It's just owning your sexuality. What's the big deal? And then I think part 4 is even more pokey because I talk about the lies about love, right? This book is dangerous to those that don't want to awake. Yes, somebody told me I'm going to destroy the world. So lies about love. No one wants to know that love isn't anything but romantic. So people don't want to hear that there could be a shadow to love. And then I talk about the lies about marriage and divorce. So now people think I'm destructive to society because how can I even question the institution of marriage and divorce? How could I dare to be so audacious and blasphemous? And then I talk about the institution of, motherhood. And I talk about the lies around motherhood. Yes, oh Lord, Natasha, oh my goodness. Then I talk about the lies around beauty and youth. So there goes the entire beauty and cosmetic industry. Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. And then I talk about the lies about niceness. So that is really not going to make people happy, especially if they've wasted their entire life being nice. So, and then I talk about, Eastern spiritual principles of awakening, not attaching, detaching and impermanence and presence, which the Western mind doesn't like because it's anti-profit, anti-greed, anti. Yes, Tanya, you haven't bought the book yet, Tanya? Oh my goodness. So this book, and then I was talking to a friend of mine that this book is really pissing people off. And they said to me, you're not selling pleasure. You're selling pain. You're making them do the work. And who wants to do the work? Like, no one wants to do the work. People just want a rah-rah, you can do it, and a feel-good book with quote cards and motivation. And then your book would have done really well. It would be flying. And I was like, I'm going to write a book like that one day. One day when I'm finished doing this paradigm busting, I'm going to write one of those lovely books. But right now my book is not lovely. It is a shaker, and it's here to change you. It's not here to entertain you. It's here to make you think about why you are the way you are and what you can do about it and how you can change your life. So this is about the truth. So yesterday, Dr. Gabor Mate was talking about how he doesn't believe in the disease model of addiction, contrary to the medical model. The medical model believes that addiction is a disease model. So he doesn't believe in that. So I was talking about, how much resistance does he get? And what is his way to wake up every morning, given that he has such a different message? And all he said, yes, Tanaz, you were there. He said that just speak the truth, right? And that's what this book is about. You may not like it, but I can guarantee you there's not one thing here, not one, that doesn't speak to the truth. There is no coloring of my belief systems because I barely have any belief systems. It's just the truth. And people don't like it because it pushes against their systems of conditioning. And we've all been brainwashed to really cling to our belief systems. You saw what I did in parenting, right? My book, The Conscious Parent, came out in 2010. And I can tell you, I didn't hear a murmur till 2011, okay? Like, I was like, crickets, nobody's buying my book. Crickets, 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 till 2011. And then it wasn't until 2014, 3 years later, that I was on the Oprah show. So the Super Soul Sunday. So it takes forever. it takes forever. So this is not a book that is going to make you feel good and you're going to finish in a day. This is going to transform your life. Ashley says, your book rattled me, but it helped me be more authentic. So this is a book to make people think, to make people question, to make people understand how their ways of thinking are destroying themselves, their children, and the earth. And I talk about my own journey here in a very candid way, and I talk about my clients' journeys here. And you can truly identify with a lot of women. Missy says, my book, The Awakened Family, helped her think so much. So helped her so much. So this book is for every mother out there, every woman out there. You bought 3 books, Sharon Wanderlust, as birthday gifts. I love it. So please don't write a feel-good book. Yeah, I really don't know how to do it. Maybe when I'm really old. But here's the thing. Here's my amazing news. I think it's amazing. So I just finished my 10-day Radical Awakening course. I took people on a course. But now I'm going to do a book club around the book. And it's different than a course because I'm going to really invite women in to talk about their stories, to share their awakenings. So it's like a real meeting of women online. So I'm going to call in my friends. I'm going to call in some experts. I'm going to call in random people from the audience. And we're going to be really having tea, kind of like having symbolic tea and chatting about what comes up in the book. It's different than a course. It's about real life stories. And I'm going to ask you all to share. And we're going to go deeper into how we women will not be quiet, will understand our knowing, will speak up in our authentic truth. And we're going to do this for each other. We're going to ripple it out into a movement. You know, when Conscious Parenting came out, my book, The Conscious Parent, not only were there crickets, I got huge pushback, like huge. People were angry. People were upset with the message that I dared to say that parenting is possibly done in an archaic and control-heavy way. My second book got even more crickets. It's called Out of Control, Why Discipline Doesn't Work and What Will. Well, that book I think is one of my best books, but no one is reading that one because that one really like punches the whole institution of discipline. So I'm going to be starting a book club. It's going to be about women's stories. It's not so much a course. It's about women talking about their awakening. I'm going to invite you randomly if you're here, and if you want to come, I'm going to call my friends. I'm going to have an online book club, and it's going to be right here, but it's not going to be at a certain period, at a particular time, because I can't commit in the summer. Summer beckons, and so I have to follow summer. And so I'm going to do it every day, but I'm going to do it whenever I want. So sometimes the Australians are going to be online, sometimes the Europeans, sometimes the Indians, sometimes the Western Hemisphere. So it all depends on my mood for the summer. But every day I am going to be here, and it'll all be recorded and all be kept beautifully and all on my YouTube channel so you can catch it. But it's going to be about women sharing their stories. And I will be here every single day, but I don't know what time. So you're just going to have to catch me randomly. So put a notice if you want. It'll be Eastern time, between 10 a.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. Eastern, somewhere there. I just can't commit to a time because then I'll get boxed in and I can't flow with the summer. But put the notice on your Instagram or Facebook if you want to be part of it live. Otherwise, you'll just hear the recording. No big deal. And it's going to be really about women talking about their stories, having lovely discussions. On the book, we're going to go chapter by chapter, but it's not going to be so much like an exact course, but it's going to be about women's stories that reflect the themes of the book. So grab a copy of your book and we'll do this together. How many of you here already have a book? Great. Erica, maybe you'll share your story. Yeah, I would love that. So who knows, if I pull you up, be ready. I'll remember you, Erica. But yeah, see how many of you want to share a story. So if you do actually want to share your story, write to office@drshefali.com and give me a blurb of your story so I can see when to pull it up. Office@drshefali.com, and send me a paragraph about your story so I can pull you up. And we're going to have a live interactive book club. With Takel, you bought the audio and the hard copy. Georgina, you haven't read it yet. Ashley has 4 copies. Amarjeet has it, reading it. Prooks, Christine is buying hers tonight. Parul, you want to share your story? Okay, so write to office@drshefali.com and we can plan this. We can have fun. We can talk about real women's stories, and grab a copy of your book. Bring in your girlfriends to the Instagram or the Facebook so we can do this together. It's going to be a movement. Everything takes time, and this book can only go out into the world if women want it out there. This is not a romantic fairy tale. This is not a sweet little book that you can put on the side and forget about. This book will shake you. It was written for that purpose. Smells so good. I love the smell of good books. It has my heart in it. It has my soul. I think it is the book of the time. So grab a copy. Let's do this together. Women need to wake up, and we're going to do it together. So make sure you tell your friends if they want to read it with us. We can do it side by side. Look how many of you want to share a story. So go to office@drshefali.com and put story and then share a blurb. Please do not write a book, just a blurb. And I'll write back to you, and then we'll coordinate this. We'll do it. Designs by Shireen. Did you just order it? Everyone order it for yourself, and then we do it together. We will do it together. Yes? Grab a copy. Let's do this. Starting tomorrow, I will be here with someone else, a woman or two, and we're going to talk about our stories. So send it to office@drshefali.com. Office@drshefali.com. Natasha, buy the book. Let's do this. Let's do it together. And it's going to take at least 2 months. So we're going to really go deep. I'm committed to doing this for the next few months, however long it takes. And we will grow together. I can't wait for you to get this. Hi, Viviana. Rising Tide, just ordered it. You're digesting it. Yes, it takes time to read transformational books. These are mind benders. These are paradigm shifters. These books make you do a lot of work, so I get it. But I'm here with you, and we're going to do this for our daughters. We're going to do it for our mothers that they could never have a voice. We're going to do it for our sisters. We're going to do it for ourselves. So see me here every day. Put a notice to tell you when I'm on live. And if you're not, you can catch it on a recording. We're going to do a book club. But I need your help to spread the word. I need your help to bring more sisters here. You got to do it. I've written the book. I show up here. But if you care about your sisters getting the message, then you need to spread the word. So Erica, write to me. Jen, you just started it today. I'm so excited. They will have a Spanish version soon. The Gabor Mate talk, if you still want to get the recording, you can look for the link in the bio on Instagram or find it on one of the posts and write to that email. I think it's Sona, SONA @opencenter.org. We'll post it tomorrow as well. But for now, book club time starting tomorrow. I'm so excited. I will see you here. Bye, guys. Simply Carrie, you read the hard copy and on Audible. I love it. Bye, guys. See you here.